Thanks for clicking on State of the City. My name's Todd Prafke. I'm the City Administrator here in St. Peter, and today is the 17th of February. It's Wednesday, the 17th. Council had a workshop last night, and so that's one of my missions for today, is to talk a little bit about some of the workshop items that the council talked about, but also provide you some tidbits. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Normally I save this to the end, but let me put this out there right now. If you want to email me or check out our website, or again, we would love it if you would like us on Facebook. We put lots of great information on there. We're happy to have you call us. I mention this primarily because we're always happy to come out and talk with groups and folks about what's going on within the city. So if you want to give us an invitation, if we can make it work out in the schedule, we'll try and do it. But there's a lot of great information on our website and our Facebook page about things that are going on. So let me talk about the council meeting or the council workshop from just last night. There was a lot of discussion on two primary issues, and those primary issues, and you can see my notes on this, are the council's talking about the potential for a new fire station, and so a little bit of work was done in relation to that, and the council sent me forward with some additional direction, and then the school city housing project plan. So this is that workforce housing project that the council's been looking at for quite some time and is trying to make this move forward in a really challenging project. So I'll talk a little bit about that as well. But let me go to the fire station first. I think the council wants to make sure that we continue to move along methodically, but not get anybody too energized that we're going to build a fire hall within the next year or two. This takes some work in advance and some financial preparation, and the council wants to be very sensitive to taxes and rates and all those things to make sure that we're not putting a tremendous burden on folks as we continue to move forward with this. But I think the council is going to continue to move forward. They are not in the position of selecting an architect right at this point, but want me to do a little bit more due diligence, and I would expect that within the next month or so they'll start doing the phase 2 work, which is really honing down on what specific square footage do we need, how much does that square footage cost, what a building or facility, how it might be configured, what it might look like. So watch for that moving into the future. I think they're excited to make something happen, but they want to be very methodical about how they do this and how they go forward. The next item was housing subdivision, the city school housing project plan. And so this is a project that, and I've showed you this picture before. Here's an example of kind of the concept plan, and on this axis, step-down axis, that's County Road 20 or Nicollet Avenue, and then down here, which would be the east-west axis out on in the real world, would be Traverse Road. So this gives you a great example of the concept. And now we're moving along, and this is how the lots would be laid out for this. So we would build in phases, 1 phase, 2 phase, and then the 3rd phase. As you know, we've been talking about doing an RFP for some of the property up here for higher end housing. So that housing that's maybe $230,000, $240,000 plus. And a lot of this area is being saved in for the future for a potential school, whether that's 10 or 20 or 30 years down the road. It's important from a community planning perspective to make sure that we're saving some space. As you saw in this first one, we have some park down in here, and that is shown here in this area as well. So we continue to move along with that project. I've got a really big plan. I don't know that I've tried to show you a really big plan. This is one of the things that they looked at last night and shows where sidewalks and roads and everything is really getting planned. And so we'll be moving to a bid phase for the infrastructure. There's a lot of other things to do, and a lot of things are happening coincident to each other, but the council's worked very diligently on making sure that we're meeting the building neighborhoods design with sidewalks and compact design, and making sure that we're using the limited amount of land that we have in the most positive way possible, really patterning it after the kind of designs that you see in Nicollet Meadows and in Washington Terrace. So excited about that. So that's going to be a lot of fun to continue to work on. So watch for that. Now to some tidbits. I got to talk about refuse and garbage and recycling a little bit. And so this is some information that's going to come out in the hot sheet as well. And we talked about it previously at a council meeting. But I want to show you some data here. So this is a great table that was put together by one of our interns. And it shows you the average waste per stop per month, so really per residential per month, and it compares us to other communities. And you'll see we're way on the bottom here. St. Peter, 125.44 pounds on average per month per residential stop. So you can see how we rate compared to other communities. Madison Lake is at 148, and Skyline's at 103, and that darn Vernon Center, they're at 101. And so, frankly, this number costs you money. The more that we put into the landfill, the higher the cost for your services. So the more that we can move into recycling, the better off we are. So I wanted to show you that data, and here's another just very interesting graph that shows us, and it shows our waste pounds and our recycling. So the waste is kind of that reddish or orangish color, and the recycling is the blue color. And you can see over the last few years, on 2013 and 2014 and 2015, how well, it's true, our garbage numbers have trended down a little bit, which is good, Boy, our recycling numbers have trended down much more quickly. So now I'm going to give you a teaser. Next time, I'm going to try and remember to talk about why that might be the case, and we're going to try and give you in the hot sheet and some other places some ideas about how we can move things from garbage to recycling, which saves you money. You know, frankly, it's better for the environment, but it saves you money, which I know is not unimportant. So I wanted you to see that data, and I got to throw this out there. Make sure you're putting out your Kirby's in the right way. Wrong, don't set them on the street, because when we're plowing or doing all kinds of stuff, it causes a problem. It's also danger. People can bump into them. Do it the right way and put them up on your boulevard. So watch for that. I also have to mention that those of you that are ice skaters have had a great time over the last couple of weeks utilizing the warming house and the skating rinks that have been available. Now with the warm weather that's planned, we don't know how long that's going to hold out. So for the next couple of days, you're going to get a chance, so get there while you can, and then watch our Facebook page for information about when we're going to be open and when we're going to close or close down the ice. Once it gets too soft, well, it's no fun to skate anyway, and it can cause other problems. So be ready for that and watch for that information on our Facebook page. I also have to mention our folks at Rivers Edge Hospital. Rivers Edge, exceptional care close to home. That's my plug for them. You know, the numbers at Rivers Edge have continued to go up, so we're very, very excited about that. And so one of the things that the council is going to be talking about in the near future, and the hospital commission is talking about really right now and into the next week or two, is the opportunity to lease some space at the medical office building to our friends from the Mankato Clinic, who are looking to bring additional services, new services that you can't right now get in St. Peter. They're bringing those kind of services to St. Peter. And so watch for that information. I'm giving you a teaser on this one. Watch for that information, because there'll be a lot more coming out over the next 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. So we're excited about that, working with our partners who provide health care within our community. Kind of the last one that I have is that I showed this last time, and many of you received this. You know, I still haven't done this at my house. I got to get this done. I got this letter wanting to make sure that the meter readings are appropriate, and you can do it on your own, or if you can't get it done, give us a call, let us know, and we'll be happy to come out there and do it for you. Here are the various types of meters that we have, and really the goal is to make sure that we're comparing these things that are readers on the bottom with the meters that are up here and how they read. So if you need some help doing that, please give us a call. A lot of people have turned their letters in already, so we really appreciate the help. It helps you as well as it helps us. Boy, when those match, it's a wonderful thing. When they don't match, that means that something's not working quite right, and we got to make it work right for all of us. So with that, I'm going to call this State of the City over. Again, if you want to contact us, email us, use our website, check us out on Facebook, or give us a ring. We're happy to visit. Thanks again for clicking on State of the City. Hope to see you next time.